A little wet or damp is good. It's going to actually help mix better. Alright? Got that all tightened down in this car? Alright. So we'll do the CD regular first.
What's the freight time on the first one you want to do? Freight time or the dry time?
Dry time is really going to depend on the surface. It could be anywhere from 30 minutes to 4 hours. And the reason why I say that is going to depend on the temperature. It's going to depend on the surface, how well you primed it. If you didn't prime it at all and you just threw water down,
How
try to keep
well
it
is
wet.
with the hot water?
Excuse me?
How well is it with the hot water?
You don't use hot water ever. You use hot water, it won't come out of the bucket, I promise you. Especially once we start getting into summertime.
I know I'm scared.
That's a good point, yeah.
No, it's a very good point. There's a
Don't use hot water.
There's a lot of people that don't realize that. So one of the things we tell you to do, did you guys come in through the back door or the front door?
Back.
So you came in through the back door, what'd you see outside? A couple bags of ice. Ours, right? But there were a couple bags of ice. If you go back out and look, there's a couple bags of ice out there. What I would tell you to do, say this is your water reservoir, you're going to be doing CD, or even if you're going to do the self-level. Get a bag of ice, poke a very small hole in the bottom with like maybe a screwdriver or something, set it in there, and keep your water cold. And then as the ice is melting, it's giving you more water in there. And eventually you're just going to pull the bag out. It'll just be the bag. All your ice will dissipate in there, it'll melt, and you'll have nice cold water. Other thing is, do you guys drive vans or trucks? Truck, van, both. So if you're in a van, it's not as bad. If you put product in the back end of a truck on a 90-degree day, that product's going to heat up to about 120, 130 degrees in the back end of a truck, especially with that black bed liner, right? So as soon as you get to a job site, the faster you can get that in shade, or get a shade covered over it, maybe put a tarp up somehow or something that's going to shade it, the better it is for you. But then you're still going to want to do the ice because your product's super hot. The big thing with the products is they're all modified with polymers. The polymers react under heat. So when we whip them, that's creating heat that makes them do their job. When they do their job, they're going to set up in the timely fashion. But if they don't have cold enough water, like honestly, if you stick your hand in there, to me that's not cold enough. That could be colder. But it's okay for what we're doing today. It's a little tiny demonstration, it's going to work. But if I had to work with that all day, it's a little too warm for me. Because now my product's going to give me less time to work with. So this product, I have about 10 minutes to work with. And that's including mixing. So I got 2 to 3 minutes to mix, 8 minutes to put my product down and re-pour into it so that I can keep going and not have all kinds of cold joints with lines. So it's a very fast process. So a crew like you could easily do 2,000-3,000 square feet. No problem, very relaxed. You get up where 10,000-15,000 square feet, you're going to be moving a little bit faster. So you may end up adding more guys because you want more guys mixing, more guys running the buckets back and forth. Just depends on the job, right? I will tell you here in Atlanta, most guys will pour with these buckets and carts, or rovers, or they have their own little homemade system that they do for carts. They will pour up to 40,000 square feet with buckets. They won't use a pump. When it comes to these type of products where they're polishable, we don't recommend our pumps. And the reason being is you can't adjust the water perfectly, and you'll end up blowing through product and have a really awful pour, either in the beginning or at the end, because you can't adjust the water perfectly. And then somebody literally has to stand there at the pump doing this all day, making sure that the water's coming out perfect. So these are a lot more harder, and that's why we recommend the buckets. As far as the CD goes, these two products here, when it comes to priming, we have a product called Concrete Guard, kind of dual purpose. So it comes in a gallon jug, looks like a paint gallon. When you prime with it, you're going to prime 1 gallon of the primer, or of the Concrete Guard, to 1 gallon of water. So you're going to cut it, mix it 1 to 1, and then you broom finish it in, just like you saw us broom this in. You're going to do the same thing with that. Broom it in, make sure it penetrates the concrete. All that does is seal up the concrete just enough to give you proper working with the products. Then afterwards, if you so desire to use the same concrete guard, you can use it as a finish sealer for the concrete or for the CD dressing itself. Where CD and CD fine are usually generally used, parking garages, resurfacing sidewalks. If you guys get into that, the CD fine more in particular, usually around pools and pool decking, things like that, where they want something that's not so aggressive, it's a little more aesthetically pleasing. Both of these you can put into a hopper gun. Everybody knows what a hopper gun is, right? The big basket you hook to a compressor, and you can make it splatter.
Shoot texture.
Right? It'll splatter out, and it'll give you like a knockdown finish.
What did you say about the primer? I watched it. Did you recommend it, or did you say?
I recommend it.
Okay.
CD.
Not all of them, because the other ones.
P51.
I would, you don't need it for the stuff to bond the concrete, properly prepared
It
concrete.
gives you proper working.
Please, yeah, I'm begging you to use it.
Here's what I'm gonna say, and everybody here does it. When you walk out of here without the proper system, you don't have a warranty. Do you understand that? If you don't follow what they say and you have an issue and a failure, and they come out and you're like, well, did you buy that? Oh, okay, well then you're screwed. So if you got a critical job and you know it's important, buy the system all the way through.
Yeah, again, it'll stick, but you'll get pinholes like crazy. I'm telling you right now. And your customer's not gonna be happy with it. And technically, you did the right thing, but that's why I always had an issue with our documentation. It said, you don't need any primer for this. And I said, well, can we at least switch around saying, while you don't need a primer, we do recommend it because you're gonna get a better look for it, better aesthetic. You're not gonna get any pinholing in it whatsoever. So please use it. I mean, for the cost of CGs.
Less than
Yeah.
a couple cents a dollar.
Your CG is that epoxy with the
That's not the epoxy.
Okay.
No, that's not, we'll get to that in a
That's
second.
concrete guard, that's the
That's
primer.
just literally, it looks like it's a paint, a can of paint.
Okay, that's what I was
You
thinking.
pop it open, and it smells like, I don't even remember what it smells like.
You can roll it for that.
It's not.
So concrete guard is a water-based acrylic. So it's low VOC. I think we're running about 54 units on that, somewhere around there. So yeah, it's compliant here in Georgia.
Yeah, it's just compliant California.
No.
Can we back a minute and touch on it just a little bit?
Water.
Explain to them the.
Una bolsa y antes de tirarlo era cuando lo estaba mixeando.
You can't speak as Spanish, or it's gonna go wrong on video.
I don't know.
They're gonna speak in Spanish, you have to translate everything. We missed all that.
They feel me. They feel me.
Change it to Google Translate.
I'll try to.
We're gonna
No se recomienda dónde ahora. ¿Cómo se abre la bolsa también?
So guys, you see it pours right out of the bucket. Super easy. There's various tools you can use. My favorite tool, personally, and I didn't have one at the house, otherwise I would have brought it, is the long, hard squeegees for pushing water. Make sure they're flat, not the ones that curve out. Right?
The flat ones.
The flat ones. The reason why is because this is
The
only...
plastic ones or the?
No, the rubber.
The rubber. Yeah.
Because the nice thing about these are those, you're going to let that, they're so hard, this is only going going down as thick as the aggregate. That's it. So if you don't have a squeegee, I suggest you use MagFlow. The reason why I like the MagFlow, oh look at you. The reason why I like the MagFlow is the MagFlow doesn't suck the water out of the product. Use a steel trowel, it's going to pull the water straight out of the product. For whatever reason, steel and water, they attract each other. Whereas this will give you plenty of time to work. The rubber float or squeegee will give you plenty of time to work. So you're only going to put that down as thick as the
And
aggregate.
you don't have to be in your knee.
You don't have to be on your knees. So think about it. You guys are doing a lot of sidewalks, or you're doing a big driveway, or something like that. That's valuable. Walking around doing this, and then you got the guy with the brooms coming back, right? People want edging done. We can use our CD fine as a first coat. Let that dry, and then if they want edging around the driveways or around the pads at a sidewalk, you put some scotch, or not scotch tape, but like painter's tape down. Put that down. Go ahead with this product. Give it a quick broom finish. About 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later, you pull up the tape. Depending on the day, it might be hot, maybe in 5 minutes. You pull up the tape and you got nice clean edges all over the place. Somebody wants something decorative, if they want, say you're doing this around a pool patio, but they want it to look like rocks or bricks on a back patio or something like that. You just do your first coat with the CD fine. You can even add color to it if you want. So if they want a black joint, you can add black to it. Put your first coat down, your joints are going to be all black. And then they say they want a brick pattern. They want it to look red. The CD regular, you're going to add color in it until it looks red. And then you put that over the top, pull your tape off in 15 minutes or so, and you got a nice brick pattern with black joints. It's that easy. It's super fast, it's super simple. Anybody want to trowel it? I know y'all want to get dirty. And if you look at it too, see how it just laid there? It's nice and loose. It's easy to use. But when I poured it out of the bucket, it just sat there. It didn't go all over the place. I didn't have to worry about it running downhill, right? Because it sits there. And you're not all going to let Trevor make you look bad. You're all going to make Trevor make you look bad?
It's actually really easy to work with. I mean, compared to some of the stuff you use, what does?
So, see how he's stretching it now? That's really where you want it to be.
I think so, yeah, I was trying to do that.
Yeah. That's really where you want it to be. I poured a little too much.
It is tight.
But you can see, you see
How
how
big
gritty
do
it
you
is.
want to do this one?
What's that?
How thick?
Just the stick of the aggregate. You're just gonna press down. So it's just, I'll have you fill in that first. Let that set up, and then you go over to that.
If you have a little small,
You know, those balls or something.
in fact, you could just, this is a little quarter-inch small.
Yeah.
Like it's not a quarter or half a little pop.
Pretty smooth.
You can go.
You just don't want to go deep with this over a line.
Right.
Now, if you have cracks, say you're doing a driveway repair, and you have some cracks, and they're not unlevel, but they're even, they crack, separated, dry, some of that nature. We have a product, called Ardex that will seal those cracks up and hold them solid. Now, if you use Ardex is not UV stable, so it'll end up turning yellow. That's when we'll require 2 coats going over the top, so that you don't see that yellow in the product. You just do 1 coat, the UVs are going to penetrate it, and they're going to change that color yellow, and then the customer will be like, so, some of the biggest projects we've done is off of this one, on the aggregate. And I don't see the look. This one can still be broom finished, if you want.
Chase, move that
Me
bucket.
too.
Hey, move that bucket.
It's a less aggressive look, it's a less aggressive feel. So, in all sincerity, this is gonna be walking type areas where it's constant traffic, high traffic areas, or this is gonna be more of a residential type application or someplace where they want a nice smooth look, but yet still want a little bit of aggressiveness so that you have a slip factor.
Is it finer?
Yeah. It's much finer.
It's much finer.
Did you feel this one?
No, it's okay.
I can't tell the difference.
See the
Feeling and seeing are two different things.
Right. I'm in the building.
You can hear how the tool goes through the,
Right.
goes through there.
Yeah, that was straight circle.
So remember, it's only going down as thick as your aggregate. So your aggregate is what's gonna help gauge you. Can you
You can push on
kind
it.
of float it out a little bit? Yes, you can.
There you go.
Go ahead and just pull it right across.
And the tendency is to float it, and very level, clear up, it's not what you want.
What is the maximum width of it?
It's a lot easier when you have a hose. Get your bucket nice and long.
Well, once you open the can, you're not turning back.
Yeah, man, it does. Everyone drinking that, man. I saw a guy pulling it stuck in his truck, and I was like, there's no way, man. Put it down your trash can.
Let me hear you go out, isn't it?
And heal back nicer than a metal spike will. So remember, we're gonna take at least 2 minutes to mix this product, and then we've got 8 minutes to lay it out. And if we're continuing in a large space, continue to blend in and pull back. So a lot of these techniques you're probably gonna be familiar with, doing epoxies, maybe, maybe not. But overall, there's a lot of similarities, but there's a lot of differences too. So this one, the 520, as Craig already previously mentioned, you can either cut it and polish it up, or you can just leave it and seal it up. You don't have to take that cream off the top. There's other products that are going to require you to take that cream off the top and get it beautified.
So it doesn't skin, or, so it doesn't skin?
No, not this particular.
So 520 is a much lighter aggregate as well. It's not a heavy aggregate system. So it's designed as a wear surface right out of the bag, where you don't have to polish it if you don't want to. If you do polish it, you'll get a nice fine grain sand inside there. Looks kind of like just regular sand.
It's easy, especially if you're on a job, you got multiple barrels full of water. You're not sitting there going, okay, do I have enough? So 2 of them, we're going to do 2 bags. 2 measures of water, 2 bags, we're good to go. I know that sounds ridiculous, but when you get in a hurry, there's one guy that'll do it. Next. And as you're pouring, you're making it filthy. And the next thing you know, you got it all over your hands, you're all over your clothes, all that good stuff. So,
And on the bottom of these buckets, there's a grip. A nice little hand grip. So you can do 2 bags, it's pretty accessible. I mean, you can move it by yourself. 3 bags, you're not picking this bucket up. That's why you need the rover if you're gonna do a 3-bag mix.
Or 3 guys here.
Or 3.
We done that.
It gets heavy. It gets heavy.
You will wear yourself out doing that 3 days at a time.
that's why the rover's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great little part, it fits everything.
Just a reference, you get in a situation where you don't have them, go to Home Depot, get you the rolling cart on the bottom of a trash can, if you get a box, it will stay.
They also are your depth. So this one's set right around 1/4 inch. For this product, if you're not going to seal it, that's fine. It's going to be primed with our EP2000. So that's going to be our primer, which is an epoxy primer. It's a 2-part component. You're going to broadcast sand in. 16 hours later, you can pour over. If not, we're going to do a class one day, and you're all going to get in it anyway. So
Here's the thing, guys, this is, I poured 4,000 feet, of not the 520, of the SDT, and it does flow differently than probably some of the other products you've used. This is straight cement. There is nothing other than,
Engineered cement product.
Yeah,
We've got
there's
some
no-
polymers in there, we got biddies in there.
but we're not talking about, our competitive products that are out there, this is stronger because it is straight cement. It's not calcium or,
Yeah, exactly.
Well, this is magnesium. That's a good point. I mean, that's a good point. People understand, think that you have a heavy aggregate in concrete that's going to have a stronger mix of cement. Cement is the key to determine the concrete compressive strength. So these are very highly engineered. That's why people say, there's no aggregate. It's a very tiny aggregate. How do you get 5,000, 6,000 PSI? It's because of the formulation of the cement system.
And this product is basically,
he don't want you to fall.
so it's like because
It's not much fun to be it's safer for you guys. Now, you on epoxy a lot, so you do it. A guy that's not, it's kind of comfortable for him to be in a pair of
Is it like
with comparison to other products, is you don't have as much watermarking in their product. Now, is that a byproduct of just being cement versus calcium aluminum or the others? What is that? Do you know?
I don't know, I'm not scientific.
Watermarking. You don't have any? Why is it that y'all don't watermark?
Right after the following day of self-levelers. Now, it's not gonna be polishable stuff. It may not